Our Grandad was quite the family man. He was very good with us, especially when we were younger. I'd say our favourite memory probably is when you'd go shopping with Granny and Grandad. Grandad would always encourage us to go playing hide and seek in any shop you were in, which never pleased my granny very much.
On average, there are 500 sufferers in Scotland at any one time of motor neuron disease. So although it's a disease that many people will have heard of, it's not one that's very well known or people will have had any personal dealings with.
So our Grandad originally came from a small sea town called Cullen off the Moray Firth, which is northeast of Scotland. He joined the Marines straight after school, and then from there went into mostly sawmill work.
Grandad's motor neuron disease story started in 2017 when he started losing weight quite rapidly with no real explanation as to why. So he went for tests in February 2018 and it took until the end of September 2018 to be diagnosed because he was still so strong in his arms and in his legs, which is unusual for motor neuron disease sufferers. The dreaded text came through from Grandad late September 2018 saying that he had motor neuron disease. Motor neuron disease is caused by a problem with cells in the brain and nerves called motor neurons. These cells gradually stop working over time, meaning that sufferers lose the ability to move certain parts of their body. Grandad was diagnosed with a form called progressive bulbar palsy. He was paralysed in the muscles from his neck down. It didn't take long for Grandad to lose control of his vocal cords entirely and also lost control of his jaw, so his mouth would just constantly hang open. At the point of diagnosis, our Granny and Grandad were still living up north, but with the rapid decline in Grandad's speech, the best plan was for them to pack up and move down to Edinburgh where the rest of the family lived. The final push came for the move when Grandad was hospitalised for 10 days in Elgin, and it was then discovered that he also had prostate cancer.
It still shocks me to this day looking at the photos from when he was diagnosed in August, then to these last few days in February. The difference was unreal. He was a big 6-foot man and then he just became a shell of himself in months. So we chose to raise funds for My Name's Doddie because not only do they put a lot of their funds into research, they also give individual grants to people suffering with motor neuron disease that really do need that extra little bit of help or support, which we think's a wonderful thing to do for these poor people that are suffering a terrible disease. We're running the marathon on the 12th of July, which would have been Grandad's 78th birthday, and the aim is to start in Edinburgh and run through Midlothian and end up at his graveside as the finishing line. We started training for a marathon in February so that we'd be ready for the July. Started off with doing 5Ks and we've managed to make it up to a half marathon today. We hope that by telling Grandad's MND story that we might be able to educate people a little bit more on the disease and also hopefully raise some extra funds in the process too. He braved it so gracefully and we'll forever be proud of him for how well he handled it. To raise funds for My Name's Doddie Foundation, we've been doing a lot of bake sales, so anybody that donates to our fundraising page then automatically goes into the hat to win our prize draws, which have been basically pick a cake of your choice, or this weekend we've been doing whoever got picked out of the hat has won an afternoon tea with Prosecco for 2. So far we've done 3 different competitions, which has managed to raise us £6 short of £1,400 for My Name's Doddie Foundation, which we're absolutely delighted with.
In such a short space of time, it's incredible. We're so grateful for every person that's donated so far.
And all the support that they've given us has been brilliant.
If you want to learn more about My Name's Doddie and the work that they do, head over to their website. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Steph.
And we're running a marathon to raise funds for My Name's Doddie.